Welcome to this edition of the Forum. I'm your host, Sheila Evans. Here on the Forum, we highlight interesting and important achievements, programs, and events within our school system and community. Today's show is no exception. We have an incredible lineup of guests. Things get underway with Liz Carbone. She is the community coordinator for the Good Shepherd Center in Wilmington. Liz will talk about disaster relief following Hurricane Florence and how you at home can help out. Then we meet with Rhonda Bellamy, the Executive Director for the Arts Council of Wilmington and New Hanover County. She'll tell us about their exciting upcoming events. And finally, Kim Sincox, Museum Services Director at the Battleship, North Carolina, stops by the studio. There's a lot going on at the Battleship, North Carolina, including a hidden battleship event. She will tell us why you want to attend. It's another great edition of the Forum, so stick around. We'll get right back with our guests after this short break.
Your company can join these local businesses in offering students with disabilities the much-needed experience to compete in today's job market.
To see the kids every day come in and certainly have a sense of accomplishment and do a job well done, it's very enriching to not only the kids but also to all of us around here.
For young people with disabilities, participating in mentoring programs, job shadowing, and internships are great ways to make them stand out among other job applicants.
I'd say it's kind of a win-win. I mean, not only are you doing the right thing for the community and these kids, but you're also allowing them to grow and get the skills necessary to be successful in the future.
Internships serve as skill-building tools for students to obtain vital career development. If your business would like more information on how it can benefit from adding a student intern from New Hanover County Schools to its roster, please contact the Special Education Department now at 254-4445.
They're doing a fantastic job and we couldn't be happier.
I am joined by Liz Carbone. She is the community coordinator for the Good Shepherd Center. And Liz, first of all, start off by telling us, what is the mission of the Good Shepherd Center?
Yeah, the mission of Good Shepherd is to feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, and foster transition to housing.
Okay, that sounds concise, huh? Yeah. Tell us how you guys do that. How long have you been running?
Yeah, so this is actually our 35th year this year, which is really exciting. We're celebrating our anniversary in the community. But we definitely have not always had the expansive amount of programs that we have now. We actually started as a small soup kitchen with just a group of friends that were concerned about some of their neighbors. So it's really all grown from there. But now we have 7 programs that span different medical needs, housing needs, emergency shelter needs, as well as hunger needs.
Wow, that sounds great. How has Good Shepherd responded to the community since the storm?
In a lot of different ways. We're really trying to tackle not just the needs of the population that we were serving before the storm, but all of the folks that are now unfortunately newly displaced or have food insecurity as a result. So we've been expanding our shelter services. We've seen over 50 new individuals that have been displaced as a direct result of the hurricane. We're also expanding our daily food giveaway. So before the storm, we already did a giveaway during our lunch hour where you could come and get groceries or medical supplies or anything that we had to share. And we've really been, through the support of the community, been able to expand that program with bleach and paper towels and personal care products and diapers and everything that folks could need, everything that's been funneled to us through, again, the generosity of the community, we've been giving out. So that hour of our day is open to anybody to come and take advantage of that resource.
And what is that hour?
It's from 11 to 12. So breakfast and lunch, Monday through Friday, are open to anybody in the community to come and enjoy a free hot meal. And then the lunch hour specifically is when we do that grocery and supply giveaway.
So services aren't limited just to homeless folks?
Absolutely not. So we serve a myriad of our neighbors that are in different levels of need, folks that might just be struggling after the storm, after losing a few weeks of work, families or single mothers or single fathers, elderly folks, people with disabilities. All of those people are welcome to come and enjoy our soup kitchen, enjoy our day shelter, and also, of course, that giveaway.
Gotcha. So Liz, what would you say are your greatest needs at this time?
Yeah, so obviously we have, like I said, been really blessed with those emergency needs of clothing and food and medical supplies and cleaning products. So right now we're really looking into the future of what we're going to be able to do for folks that need to go back into housing. So to be 100% honest with you, our need is for financial support to, again, move those people back into stable and affordable housing, and for there to be rentals available to these people. We're in the middle of a rental crisis that's only been exacerbated because of the storm. So until there is openings in the market to rehouse these people in a way that they can live and be financially independent.
So you're looking for, obviously, the money to support the rentals, but we're really in a rental crisis?
Absolutely. I think we're somewhere in the high 90s at capacity for rentals in the Wilmington area. So we were already struggling to find affordable housing for folks, not just individuals, but families before the storm. Now, because of the destruction of a lot of the affordable properties, a lot of landlords are looking just to foreclose their homes because of the damage. It's not worth the repairs. So we're losing the small pocket that was affordable in the first place for the type of people that we have to serve.
Do you feel like it's driving people away from Wilmington?
I think it's too early to tell. I think that we're seeing people now that we've never seen before needing our services, which is unfortunate, but you know, we're happy to do it and blessed to be able to work with them.
And that's due to the storm?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that people have been displaced and pushed, you know, out of their comfort zone and needing these resources. So we're also trying to really connect people with folks that have never necessarily needed social service support before, to know where to go and how to get help.
So how can someone get involved beyond the financial support?
Absolutely. We're always looking for volunteers. We have a team of over 500 dedicated, awesome volunteers that come 7 days a week, every day of the year, to serve meals and to check in our guests and to pick up grocery donations and do everything and anything that is needed to be done around the building. So always looking for help. It's a really simple process to go online to our website, fill out an application, get it to me, and then we can get you screened and into the next steps to joining our team.
What would you say would be like the minimum commitment for someone?
We're super flexible. I have people that come 3 or 4 days a week, and I have folks that come maybe twice a year. So it all depends on what you have to give, but that's my job, is to work with everybody to make sure that they can be engaged and not, you know, totally disrupt their life as well.
Sure. Do you see ever the need for high school students who might need some beta club hours or National Honor
we
Society
have
points,
everybody.
or be it?
Absolutely.
What could you see them doing?
We do have an age limit, or a restriction that if you're going to be here under 18, you have to come with an adult. But that being said, we have folks as young as 8 years old that are in our pantry sorting cans from dry goods and helping in that way, or going with mom and dad to pick up at the Lowe's Foods. We have high school students come and do everything from serving meals to, again, sorting donations, helping us check in our guests. So we do have all ages and all capabilities.
So if they're under
involved.
18, do they come like with the club advisor or something?
Yeah, with any kind of either chaperone or parent, older sibling. We have folks that come with, you know, the Girl Scout troop.
I brought my Girl Scout troops.
Yeah, so
I did on Saturdays.
Yeah, so we have all different types of folks coming to volunteer.
Okay, so that might be something that our high schoolers might be interested in.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about some upcoming events.
Sure. So we have been partnered with Tidal Creek for the past 3 or 4 weeks, and we will be through the end of the year. They do a Real Change campaign. So that's really exciting that while people are shopping for healthy and affordable options that are locally sourced, they can support a soup kitchen that is providing healthy and free options that are locally sourced as well.
And how do they do that?
So whenever you shop at Tidal Creek, you can round up your purchase
that's what I
to the nearest dollar.
It's catchy.
Yeah,
But
right.
I wanted to make sure that I was thinking the right way.
No, you're correct. And we also have this Saturday coming up a UNCW fundraiser. UNCW's basketball team is playing Clemson, and all of the proceeds are going to go to hurricane relief, and we're going to be one of the partners in that event. So it's going to be really fun to get the community together, do something fun for the family, and also give back to a couple different causes. Lastly, we have our Flavor of North Carolina event coming up on Saturday, November the 17th.
Okay.
So it's right around the corner from us. And that's going to be just a great end-of-year celebration and community gathering to support not just, you know, the kind of overarching image of someone in need, but to really remind someone that, you know, the folks that need us are right here in our community. They're our North Carolina neighbors, just like anybody else. So it's at the Yacht Club, and it's going to be a great barbecue festival, and it's going to be really fun.
Great. Well, Liz, thanks for coming by and giving us this information. And we'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Good deal.
History's Timeline, a world of history in 60 seconds. Brought to you by New Hanover County Schools. 1860 BC, the construction of Stonehenge begins in Britain. 1760 BC, the Shang dynasty is founded in China. 1361 BC, the boy king Tutankhamun succeeds his father as ruler of Egypt. 1250 BC, the Exodus. The Israelites under Moses leave Egypt. 1193 BC, the city of Troy is destroyed by Greek armies after a prolonged siege. This has been History's Timeline, an educational snapshot of fascinating people, places, and events that have shaped our past.
My guest is Rhonda Bellamy. She's Executive Director of the Arts Council of Wilmington and New Hanover County. And Rhonda, I know that you're keeping busy. Start off by telling us about the Fourth Friday.
Fourth Friday Gallery Nights are an after-hours celebration of art and culture at more than 20 galleries and art spaces in downtown Wilmington.
Oh, cool.
It's a great family fun, it's free, and it happens from 6 to 9 on the fourth Friday of each month.
Nice. And has that been going on for a while? Or?
It has been going on since the Arts Council was reestablished 6 years ago.
Okay.
And we started with about 8 galleries and now have grown it to more than 20. And Fourth Friday Gallery Nights are when all of the art openings happen. It's just a really wonderful time.
And is it basically in the downtown area?
It is primarily in the Central Business District. We do have several outliers, including the Artworks, which has 50 artists in residence down by Greenfield Street.
Oh.
And we also have some locations on 4th and 5th Streets, North 4th and 5th Streets.
Gotcha. Tell me about the pedestrian art.
The Pedestrian Art Public Sculpture Program is probably the most visible way we have of establishing the region as an arts destination. Each year we bring in 12 temporary sculptures and place them at locations throughout downtown Wilmington. And they are available for purchase. We do have 5 that are a part of our permanent collection now. And so we're really pleased to be able to display monumental art on our public streets.
Very nice. I'm also aware that some grants have been awarded.
Well, we will be awarding grants. In fact, we administer 3 grants. One is the Grassroots Arts Program Grant, which supports programs by our local nonprofits. The other is the Regional Artist Project Grant, which recognizes exceptional artists in New Hanover, Pender, Brunswick, and Columbus counties. And the third is Broadway for a Better World, which is a partnership with the Wilson Center to provide access to underserved populations, including youth, primarily youth, and also senior groups, disability groups, those types of things.
To help them get to the Wilson Center?
To help them get into free Broadway shows.
Oh, very nice. Tell us a little bit more about the first one that you mentioned. I apologize. The first grant?
The Grassroots Arts
Yeah.
Program Grant. Generally, we award $50,000 to our local arts organizations, and it's one way that we can ensure that we have a diverse arts experience and something for every one of our citizens.
So it gets spread out amongst...
It's spread out amongst many of our organizations.
And kind of helps them with seed money type of thing?
Exactly.
Very nice.
Exactly.
Help them get into the business. What else is keeping you busy?
Wow. There is always something going on.
Okay.
Every day of the year there is something going on in the arts in New Hanover County, and it's just a wonderful place because it adds to the quality of life that we very often take for granted here.
What would be on a wish list for you?
The wish list would be to expand the Arts Council so that we're able to serve even more people and more organizations.
Okay. Right now, you're the executive director.
I'm the executive director.
How many more people do you have to help you?
Well, I do have a cadre of very loyal volunteers, but we are a very small operation.
Would you ever have need for high school volunteers?
Yes.
What they might do for you?
We have 2 art spaces. We have our office and gallery, which is in downtown Wilmington, called ACES Gallery, which stands for Arts Council Exhibition Space.
Okay.
And we also have a gallery at the airport. And so high schoolers might be interested in coming and attending the gallery, which means when people come in and ask questions about the art that's up, they can provide some insight. They can also point them in the direction of our social media, and also a weekly newsletter that we send out that includes most everything that's happening in the arts here.
Okay, so that might be a good thing for the kids that need Beta Club hours or National Honor Society hours or HOSA or one of those things?
Yes.
You'd be open to that?
I'd certainly be open to that.
And they would just call you?
They would just call me.
Very good. What else do you think that our viewers should know about the Arts Council?
Well, as I mentioned, we are 6 years old. We went 10 years without an arts council here, and so we just have to keep putting in front of the powers that be the fact that the arts are an economic engine in New Hanover County. It's a $55.8 million industry annually, and just support local businesses, I would say.
How much have things changed since the Wilson Center?
The Wilson Center was certainly a game changer. Now we have a large venue that is capable of attracting those types of shows that normally we would have to go many hours away for. And so it is definitely a game changer.
Very good. We talked about also how you honor some of the regional folks with the second grant.
Exactly.
Has that been a regular thing for the past 6 years?
Yes, it has been. We've administered generally about $15,000 a year for that 4-county area that I administer for. And you know, some examples of what we do, there was a French pianist who had the opportunity to study up under a French music master, and this allowed us to pay for her travel to France.
Oh, nice.
So these are really, we fund projects that are intended to take your career to the next level.
Oh, how nice.
Yes.
Wow, you guys have it covered with the grassroots. Then
the
that,
regional artist and
then,
Broadway
and
for a Better World.
Making that available to everybody.
That's
Got
right.
it all covered. Well, Rhonda, thanks for coming by
Thank
and
you for
letting us
having
know
me.
what's going on with the Arts Council. And I'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Get connected with your school system. Your School News covers news that matters for parents, guardians, and greater New Hanover County. Stories about preparing students for success in a changing world. Stories where students are achievers.
Internship, we pretty much made a vehicle from spare parts, and at first we made it so it just moved, and then we made it so it was an electrical vehicle.
Stories of teaching where every child yearns to learn.
Today is all about STEAM. STEAM is kind of the key word to tying art into science, technology, engineering, and math.
Your School News brings viewers more than 8 hours of school news and information, reporting on what's happening in the district, what students are learning, how the school system operates, and beyond. Your School News, only on this channel.
I have the Museum Services Director for Battleship, North Carolina as my next guest, Kim Sincox. Kim, fill us in on what's going on for the Battleship.
Well, I should say we are open.
Okay.
First of all, we
That's
are
good.
open. Yes, open for business. Welcome everybody. Our first official program coming up is Hidden Battleship, which is November 17. Now that's an adult program. So
Hidden Battleship.
Hidden Battleship.
Okay, fill us in.
So that's for those adults who've always wondered, now, what's behind the doors we don't get to see?
Oh,
this is a very popular program. It's 4.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
It sells out. We allow 40 people. They're divided into groups, and it's 4.5 hours of exploring behind those closed doors. We go way down low, up to the top, all over. It's a lot of fun. It's like spelunking on the battleship.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. People love that, so that's great. Another really fun event is Battleship Ho Ho Ho,
right,
which is on Black Friday. So while maybe some members of the family are going Christmas shopping, someone else can bring the children to the battleship. And from 10 until 3, we'll have volunteers throughout the ship, as well as Santa will be there.
Nice.
But there are fun things like you can actually go to the radio room and talk to the North Pole, talk to the elves of the North Pole. The ham radio operators will help you do that.
Nice.
In CIC, you can track Santa's journey, how they would have done that using radar. So, so there's different things that relate to Christmas and the holidays. So that's on Black Friday from 10 until 3, and that's free with admission. So that's a really fun thing.
Okay.
We have Battleship Alive on December the 1st, and that's when the reenactors come. So folks dressed up in World War II uniforms and things visit with our guests, help them understand the battleship. So that's on December 1st.
Okay.
And then the ham radio operators come on December the 7th. That's Remembering Pearl Harbor. And if you're a ham, you have to remember it's NI4BK, and that's how you call the battleship. And it's interesting, ships from all over the different historical ships from around the world do this kind of thing, so that ham radio operators love to contact these historic ships. So our guys are doing it on December the 7th. So those are some of the great programs coming up.
Very cool. Tell me about the presents that you have for the man who has everything.
Ah, yes. Now we all have those people in our lives.
We do.
When you just, you can't think of another new or interesting thing. And we do have a lineup of adult programs. So for your dad or your father or your uncle or your boyfriend or whoever it is in your life, there could be a woman that's really into this. But they're really neat events. So again, we have that hidden battleship. There's one that's a whole day on guns from 8:15 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. So it's a whole day on about how you track targets and how the guns themselves work and the computer systems, because all the guns use computers. I know that's it. There's one on the power plant, so the engineering geek in your family. It's a 5.5-hour program on that. There's one on ship design. We're working on one on logistics, which I'm really interested in, because logistics is, now, how did we get the turkeys for Thanksgiving, and how do we get the fuel we needed, and what about the movies and the mail, and how do we get all this stuff? How do we get paid? How do people get paid? So it's all about logistics, and that's going to be a brand new program in November. So these are marvelous programs. They're very popular, both with couples as well as with individuals, maybe bringing their friends or family. So it's a great thing you can do, is to go ahead and buy advance tickets to some of these really neat adult events. And by the way, for kids, you have to be 16 and up. So you could be a high schooler and come to these events. You just have to be 16 years old to attend.
For the adult program.
For the adult programs.
Very good. And you sustained a little bit of damage?
We did. We are open for business. The ship is fine, of course. She weathers a storm, very well. But the building had some roof problems, as so many people have in our region.
Sure.
We also had some roof issues, which meant then water issues. So the lobby's okay, and you can go through the gift shop, though it sustained some damage, but you can go through the gift shop and up onto the Battleship. So repairs are underway, but we are open. We are open right now from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. every day.
How are things going with the repairs? That's been a while ongoing, correct?
Right. We actually had a company, I probably shouldn't say it on TV, wonderful folks. They came all the way up from Florida by boat. They had to take a boat from Southport to come to the boat. Boat to the Battleship. And they've been working very hard on the ship. And the roofers are there as we speak, putting the new roof on. So right now we're on porta potties, but that's being addressed very quickly. So by the time this goes on the air, I dare say we will be able to flush. So we're all going to be happy about that.
That is good. That is
yes.
good. So do you expect Hidden Battleship to be one of the most popular things for the year?
Yes. When we first started doing Hidden Battleship, we offered it twice a year, and it would sell out. And then last year I added, or maybe 2 years ago, I added a third one, and now we're up to 4 a year, because it does sell out. It's just a lot of fun. We have people that do it, more than once. We have people that fly in.
Really?
We've had people come from New York, people fly in from Louisville or whatever. People just, it's just a lot of fun. We already, compared to the other museum ships, you can actually see the most ship for the least amount of money at the Battleship. So we're the best value for your dollar.
Well, there you go.
And then by the time you do this, you've really seen an awful lot of the ship.
What do, obviously you've been through the tour, I would assume.
Oh, yes.
What do most people find the most interesting?
I'm sure that's going to depend. People love the crew stories. One of the things I did a number of years ago is I was talking to crew members, and they sent me I was asking them for their stories. They would send them in. So throughout the tour route, we have crew stories. It's a Carolina blue background with crew stories, and people love that.
Cool.
So the ship is an interesting, it's all this neat technology, like, oh my gosh, not knowing they had computers back then. I'm sure that's got to be a surprise, the fact that they can make their own water and all the things they can do. But I know a lot of people really are surprised by finding out those crew stories, because it makes the ship real to people. They were just like you and me.
Okay, so real quickly, Hidden Battleship, Saturday, November 17th. Battleship Ho 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 on Black Friday for kids. And Battleship Alive December 1st.
Yes.
Pearl Harbor Remembered with the ham radio folks December 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Well, Kim, thanks for coming by and
Thank you.
filling us in on all this good stuff, and we'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
Start your day with New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show. This Rise and Shine program will put a smile on your face and a spring in your step. Best of all, you'll start the day a little smarter, knowing more about our district leaders and teachers, discovering new frontiers in science and technology, and getting the latest school news from across the district. New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show, educating all viewers to achieve today and tomorrow in a global community. Only on this channel.
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. To learn more about the Good Shepherd Center and how you can get involved, you can call 763-4424, extension 101. For more information about the Arts Council, call 343-0998. And finally, to find out more about the Battleship North Carolina and the upcoming events, visit battleshipnc.com or call Kim Sincox at 399-9113. And if you ever have any questions about any of the topics we discussed here today, please call the School System's Public Relations Office at 254-4180 or check out the School System's website at www.nhcs.net. I'm Sheila Evans, and thanks for joining me today.